In part one of this series, we discussed what vaginal weights are good for and what they're not good for. In today's video, we're going to discuss how to use them properly if it is determined that they are good for you. So the first thing you want to do with vaginal weights, and I said this in part A, is to make sure that you use quality materials. You want to use materials that are not going to degrade and that you have a retractable part of it to help you remove it, and that you consult with a physical therapist to make sure that you're starting at a weight that is appropriate for you. They usually vary in weight. The next thing you want to do is wash your hands and wash the weights really, really well with warm soapy water. Even if you've washed the weights after its use the last time, I always recommend washing them before just to make sure nothing gets on them. You never know what they can touch. The next thing you want to use is use a little bit of water-based lubricant so you avoid any irritation. Then you want to make sure that you don't insert the weight too deeply. If you think about your finger, you want to insert the weight just about up to your second knuckle. You want it to sit on the pelvic floor so that you can really feel yourself doing the exercises against your pelvic floor. And a really, really important thing is you want to make sure that you work with the weights. You want to use the mechanics of your pelvic floor to close and lift through all three layers of the pelvic floor, but also that you're fully relaxing. And this is really, really important. Not allowing those pelvic floor muscles to fully relax between repetitions is going to over fatigue them, and it's also not going to allow you to get that best contraction. Now, many people have a really hard time starting and standing. So I recommend that people start in a gravity eliminated position, such as lying down. It really allows you to sort of get to know how to use them, really feel if you can do the contraction with the pelvic floor inserted. I love then to practice with different positions, go to side lying and even quadruped or all fours. It allows you to feel the weight and the contraction differently. Once you've mastered that, you want to try maybe starting and standing and see if you can hold the weight in while you're doing a pelvic floor contraction. And then I usually progress my clients to little functional leg movements, because remember, it's all about function. Using vaginal weights or yoni eggs is not about leaving something in order to strengthen. That's not how our bodies work. We should have a goal and an exercise prescription and use the yoni eggs or the vaginal weights appropriately. I hope you have found this video helpful. If you have, make sure that you subscribe and hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any other amazing videos.